Hello and welcome to this next episode of the series where we're checking out submissions, the Dungeoncrawler Game Jam of 2024. And this time we will have a look at Cosmic Caveman by Kenny. And out of the 4 possible themes, Kenny chose the cosmic horror. The player is a lone caveman in an alien spaceship. The enemies are the aliens on board, which the player fights. The theme incorporated is cosmic horror. So let's have a quick look at the game page. Looks interesting. For the Dungeoncrawler Jam 2024, Cosmic Horror, first real and a game jam, made by a team of 2, programmer and artist. Movement WASD, run around, fight enemies, use items to fight more enemies, explore until final boss. The victory screen is kind of thrown together last minute. I'm grateful to anyone who tries it. It's my first real game. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's dive into Cosmic Caveman. And here we are in Cosmic Caveman. We have a very minimalistic main menu. Let's start play. Okay, apparently we don't have any music. So, but we have sounds. Okay, we have some steak. I'm not sure. Okay, we can already take it, but oh, I already see some issue potentially. This is not aligned anymore. Or maybe it wasn't in the first place. This looks like skewed to the right. This looks skewed to the left. Well, let's just assume that everything works here. Okay. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about movement and perspective. So the perspective is something is wrong here. You can see that, right? But this might just be a visual thing. Either way, you can see the wall left and right, so you also know that you cannot sidestep. If you could sidestep, which you can't. So I mean, you can only like walk forward, backward, and turn. And from the controls, nothing is queued up. So this is very minimalistic. So yeah, if regarding the perspective, I think if there was something on the floor, then the tile would need to be pulled a little bit back, or the interface might also be enough if that was not visible and you could see the tile. But it's not a big issue. As long as you can see the walls left and right. What's more important, there are 2 issues basically. This, usually you would want to have a movement when you press a button. This game does not do it. If I press W, for example, I'm holding the W button now, nothing is doing. The movement is executed on a button up, and you don't want that because it gives an additional delay or perceived delay whenever you push a button, because then nothing happens and only once you release the button. So that's not optimal. In addition, nothing is queued up, right? So you cannot, if I move forward and to right, then the right button is of course ignored. I mean, it's not queued up, so that is also something which should be improved. Let's see what that is. We are at age 20. Okay. There seems to be... Oh, now we have music. It's a bit loud. Let me check the volume levels here. Is it? Alright. Let's fight. We have our hit points there. I mean, we don't see enemy hit points anywhere. Okay. Doesn't seem to do anything. We are not getting any additional hit points, do we? Ah, maybe these are items which you can then use. Okay, maybe. Yeah, these are... I don't know. There was no instruction regarding keys or anything, just WSD. Items to find more enemies. Okay. Let's check the items. Meat. Nom 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 nom. Basically, I'm just looking at the health bar all the time. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure what these are. Let's just use some Time Ravager. Maybe we don't even have that. What's scrap? Seems like that's extra damage. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice if there was also some indication of the enemy hit points. Alright. And it would be nice if you can, in general in all RPGs, that you can heal outside of combat or use items outside of combat. Because without that, you basically would try to exit combat with a maximum amount of hit points, which is always a bit weird. Because in theory, you might encounter a combat with a super strong enemy, and you don't want to die instantly, right? So... Okay, more food. Oh, a whole lot of food. What's that? Huh. It also looks like you could see through that. Huh, interesting. We can't do anything there. Look. Time to eat. Time to eat even more. We also have no indication of how much meat we actually have, which kind of hurts the aspect of like, oh nice, I gathered more stuff, but we actually don't know how much stuff we have. Now we do know that we have no meat left. We have a whole lot of scrap now. Oh. Nom 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 nom. Okay. There's a bit more randomness involved. Oh, we are What's that, 11? Did it drain, like, damage from us? Like, we are doing less now? Because we did 20 damage before, right? Yeah, I think it crippled us. So we are not supposed to kill them in normal battle. But this basically means that we lost already, because now the damage is missing. And I think they have to be destroyed by scrap. Oh, now we are just 10. There is just scrap in that room, if I see. There might be some other way. Yeah, okay. Let's see what happens when we are... well, I guess when we die. We are 1. You died. Alright. Okay. Let's just try that again. And now we know that the scrap is basically reserved for the other enemies. Let's go into that direction first. Meet. I mean, we also have no, like, direction where we need to go to. Let's find that one. But because we also don't see our inventory, yeah, it's hard to plan ahead. Okay. Okay. Now we are 19, and that means we do less damage now. We probably need to get past these guys. Now we are 18. This limits how many enemies we can kill altogether. Nah. This was useless. There doesn't seem to be anything in there besides of this thing. There are also 2 enemies now. We don't really want to kill that if it's... there seem to be 2 of them. Or is that just 1? There's a lot behind. Let's try that. Yeah, I mean, we get hit once right away, so we can't do anything to avoid that. We can try to flee. There's a lot of meat. But of course, this doesn't really bring us forward. Now we got 14 H left. Yeah, it's a bit problematic because we don't have any direction. No idea how to progress. It feels quite random in that regard. Yeah, now we kill that one, scrap. Right. Of course, that was not necessary. And now we're at 12. This is a dead end. Meat. I mean, there is this time ravager, so maybe we can also increase our age and do more damage in a way. But you would probably need to create a map and see, like, okay, this whole area has this many enemies and it's not worth going there or something. Yeah, I mean... we don't even have anything. We also cannot flee. Maybe because there's something behind us. Nah, so we can't go beyond H1. Oh, we are even smaller now, okay. That's a nice touch. Okay. Yeah, but I don't see any reliable way to progress. The only thing which we could do is basically to only try fight these enemies, avoid the other ones completely. Unless unless we are basically forced into a fight when we're turning around. Like with this one could have been one, but it's fine. So there's some food thingy, but whatever this is supposed to mean. This is no, this is also a normal one. Okay, meat. This one is unnecessary, right? Yeah. Meat. So this one is also Nah, there seems to be a room inside to the right, so let's try that. Mm-hmm. Dead end. This was... Don't remember if that was an unnecessary one. We also don't have a compass or anything else which helps with orientation. I mean, this is the only special element in that level. It feels like maybe we should go past there or something. There's one guy. These are 2 dead ends, so it's completely unnecessary to fight them. This one might be necessary. Okay, but this is also a dead end now. Okay. The movement is quite quick though, so the animation is fast, which is nice. Okay, meat. Oh, we already take these items if we just see them diagonally. That's a bit weird. Yeah, this is an unnecessary enemy, but I kind of lost my orientation here. I mean, these aren't just corridors. But I feared that with turning, the angle would break down, but apparently this does not happen. It just appears that it's a bit off, maybe just because of the stripes here. I don't know. This is probably not necessary, not a necessary battle, but let's see. Yeah, this was completely pointless. Okay, let's try some labyrinth tactic by just holding to the left wall and see where we end up. I mean, worst case, we are running in circles. Yeah, we are running in circles in that case. Then let's try and stick to the right wall now. Ah, of course, that was not necessary. And now we basically have to fight the other... No, not necessarily. Yeah, but I'm not going to fight the other one. That's not useful. Nah, I already forgot. Okay, let's continue that way then. Okay, that's a new one. And we don't have any meat left. Okay, now we do have meat again, but we might... die now. Let's eat something and then scrap that one. Meat. And we got some more meat. I don't want to fight that one. Let's kill that one first. Meat. Now we have to kill this one. Scrap. And not scrap. Okay, we have found a lot of meat, but yeah, this is only of limited help. Okay. This is a dead end. There we have quite a few. Behind this guy is a chamber with stuff, so let's try that first. But the issue, of course, is that we are using so much scrap on every single one. The food is a bit useless at that point because we are not doing that. Damage is not a big issue anymore. So this one is useless. We need to... Let's kill this one first, because we have enough meat anyways. And then we will turn around on the other tile and see if there's something behind that other dude. Yeah, so there is something. Nah. This seems to be the room we could also enter from the other side. So what we need to do is continue here. But now we have to fight with normal damage, and every turn we are doing less damage. And this basically means death. Okay, so there is the final enemy apparently. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way to kill him. So yeah, you really need to figure out which enemies to kill, where to gather the stuff, which enemies to avoid, to keep your age intact, to have enough stuff, and to kill the final enemy at the end. And I think this idea can work, but you would need to have more interface for that. So I need to see how much stuff I have gathered, how much scrap I have, how much food I can still eat. That would be nice. And then possibly also a map, so that you can have a mental idea of, okay, this area I don't need to go there, this is not worth it, but this is, and so on. If you could plan it ahead, then this might work decently, I would say. Then it's basically an optimization game, which it is already. But I think right now you're just missing too much info, and if you wanted to play it and win the game, you would basically need to make notes or draw a map and make basically everything yourself, and then probably start over the game again and again and try out, okay, this corner here is 5 enemies. For each enemy I need, let's say, 2 food, so it's this and that food. I gain this and that metal for it. Is it worth it? And so on. So yeah, I mean, you could do that, but I'm not going to try that now. But yeah, regarding, I mean, this is something which you could just, it would be an easy fix. The movement should never be on button up. Instead, it should be button down. And it would be nice if you could queue up, so forward right, that the right turn is queued up and then executed when the forward move is has been executed. One queued up movement is perfectly fine, and more can actually be counterproductive, so because then you might up in a loop. The animation speed is perfectly fine, so moving forward, turning right is fine. The perspective, I would prefer to see some parts of the tile I'm standing on, but and you can actually see the ceiling a bit, right? So you could just make the camera a little bit lower, maybe, or you remove that gray bar, but you can see the walls left and right, so that's also fine. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice entry which could use some polish. It's to make it really work. This has been from, I need to check 1 second. Yeah, this was a Cosmic Caveman by Kenny. And if you want to give it a try, you can find a link down in the video description. And there you can also find a playlist with all the other entries I covered so far. So yeah, with that, thank you for watching. To Kenny, thank you for contributing this game to the jam. I think for a first game, it's also not bad. It just needs some polish. So maybe you want to do that to polish up your portfolio when you link that game. I mean, it's not much which is missing. I mean, you have these values already, and you have some space here on this bar. So just displaying how much meat and how much scrap you have would already help a lot. So maybe that's an idea for an update. But that's it from me for today. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.